Inspection report on CWM Cartref Care Home CWM Cartref Commercial Road ready fro Pontarda SA84SS date of publication Thursday February 15, 2018. Welsh Government Copyright Crown Copyright 2018. You may use and reuse the information featured in this publication, not including logos, free of charge in any format or medium, under the terms of the Open Government License. You can view the Open Government License on the National Archives website, or you can write to the Information Policy Team, the National Archives, Q, London TW94do, or email sci@nationalarchives.gsi.gov.uk. You must reproduce our material accurately and not use it in a misleading context. Description of the service: CWM Cartref Care Home provides nursing and personal care for up to 42 people. It is situated in the village of Rhydyfro on the outskirts of Pontarda. The service is a large imposing building set in its own spacious grounds and provides vehicle parking for people visiting the home. The provider of the service is CWM Cartref Limited. Summary of our findings: 1. Overall assessment: people live in comfortable surroundings and are supported by staff who treat them with kindness and compassion. We found people's choices were respected and that staff were professional and considerate. There is commitment to the ongoing improvement of the service. 2. Improvements: there was evidence of recent refurbishment and decoration, including the large garden area which was secure and designed to cater for a variety of needs. 3. Requirements and recommendations: Section 3 of this report sets out the actions service providers need to take to ensure the service meets the legal requirements and recommendations to improve the quality of the service provided to people in the care home. 1. Well-being summary: people are provided with a good standard of care and support, which focuses on maintaining their health and well-being. We observed people to be content and comfortable in their surroundings. People are listened to and cared for by staff who understand their individual needs. Our findings: people are provided with opportunities to engage in suitable activities. We spoke with the activity coordinator employed at CWM Cartref. She told us of recent activities which included pottery, bingo, sing-alongs, movie afternoons and visiting bands. Activity sessions were mainly scheduled for the afternoons. We saw that in the mornings the activity coordinator spent time with people on a one-to-one basis. We saw one person reading a newspaper which was delivered daily whilst other people were watching TV in the lounge and their bedrooms. We spoke with staff who were very knowledgeable about people's life histories and clearly knew people's likes and dislikes and the things that matter to them. People are also supported to access community activities. A local coffee morning in the local town is attended, as well as coffee and hymn mornings. People told us the concerts we have had here were lovely and you can do anything you want within reason. We concluded that people have things to look forward to and do things they are interested in doing. People can feel safe and protected from harm or neglect. Staff spoken with were clear about their responsibilities around protecting the people they looked after. They were clear about the action they would take if they had any concerns about a person's well-being. Policies relating to safeguarding and whistleblowing were available. Deprivation of liberty safeguarding, DULS, applications had been made when it was felt that a person lacked the capacity to manage their own safety. The doors to the home were secure from unauthorized entry to ensure that people living in the home were protected. One person told us, "I feel safe here." We were asked to sign a visitor book on entry to the home, which promoted the safety of the people living there. We saw that confidential information, medication, and valuables were kept securely. We saw that staff had had training on DULS and Mental Capacity Act. We saw risk assessments on people's care files which were reviewed regularly to ensure that the risk to people was minimized. We saw that call alarms were in people's reach. This shows that people are safe and as far as possible protected from harm. People are treated with kindness and compassion. They have good relationships with staff and are able to develop relationships with others. We saw many examples of how staff interacted with people in a way that enhanced their well-being. Where people appeared anxious or unsettled, staff were a clear source of comfort, promptly offering reassurance and spending time with them until their anxieties reduced. Staff upheld people's dignity discreetly and put people at ease through general conversation and appropriate use of humor. People told us that staff were marvelous. We have a chat and a laugh and staff are good. People confirmed that they had made friends at the home and we saw that the dining rooms had been thoughtfully laid out to allow people to eat together as desired. The atmosphere throughout our visit was relaxed yet professional. Discussions with staff demonstrated that they regarded people with respect and clearly got to know the person by talking to them and reading the "This Is Me" files. People spoke highly of the staff who supported them. A relative told us, "I am more than happy with the care and it's a remarkable place. People can therefore feel that they belong at the home and have safe, positive relationships." People are encouraged to speak and express themselves. We saw care staff having conversations with people who live in the home. We saw that the manager was a visible presence and provided direct care as well as spending time talking with people and the staff. They also have an open door policy. Staff confirmed this, saying she will help in any way she can. She is very approachable and communication is good. We saw that people were encouraged to have visitors. We spoke with visitors who stated they are made to feel welcome whenever they visit. A relative told us the manager is approachable and always available. We also saw that the bedrooms were personalized with people's own possessions and preferences. Overall, from the evidence we gathered, we believe that people are provided with opportunities to express their views. To care and support summary, people who use the service can be confident that the care staff who support them do so with understanding and kindness. Effective communication procedures are in place and people's physical well-being is being maintained through appropriate health interventions. Our findings: people are safe and their wide range of needs are anticipated. Care files viewed were detailed and contained care plans and risk assessments detailing how a person wanted their needs to be met. These were reviewed regularly with evidence of involvement from people using the service and their representatives. Changes to a person's needs were recorded and dated when the change occurred. Staff told us that they have access to the care documentation, which allowed them to understand the needs and preferences of the person. We saw that people were discussed at the staff handover at the beginning of each shift. Records were kept of significant events which had taken place during a staff member's shift, and this information was passed on to ensure people received effective care and support. This demonstrates that individual needs and preferences are understood and anticipated by staff. People are as healthy as they can be because they receive proactive care. There was evidence on the care files viewed of involvement from health and social care professionals when needed. We evidenced referrals to health professionals when, for example, support was needed with a person's skin care. Staff spoken with clearly knew the individual needs of the people they were supporting. We looked at the medication management in the home. Staff told us, and we saw from records viewed, that they had medication training and competency assessments, and we saw a medication policy which staff told us they were aware of. We concluded that people receive the right care at the right time and are supported to be healthy. People enjoy healthy and nutritious meals and drinks. Meals were freshly prepared and the daily menu options were clearly displayed in the main dining rooms. We found that meals were well presented and served efficiently. Food portions were generous and drinks were available and accessible to people. Snacks and drinks were offered between main meals and at supper time. People told us that they enjoyed the meals and could always have something different if they wished. One person said, "The food is beautiful, food is good, and I enjoy the food here." The kitchen had been inspected by environmental health and had achieved a 5-star rating. There was a varied menu in place. In each set of care records we saw that nutritional screening had been completed and issues identified and acted upon, and people's weight was appropriately monitored. People benefit from attention to their nutrition and hydration. 3 Environment summary: people are living in a safe, secure, warm and well-maintained home. The home had a relaxed, positive atmosphere where people living at the home were treated with respect as individuals. Our findings: people can be confident that they are cared for in safe, secure and maintained surroundings. Care workers spoken with were clear about the process of reporting maintenance issues and told us that they were dealt with quickly. Testing and servicing of appliances was kept up to date, including the hoists and portable electrical appliances. We found evidence of this in a sample of records we looked at, including the fire safety system and equipment. We saw that the service had a fire risk assessment. Staff had fire safety training and personal emergency evacuations plans were in place for people who use the service. The building was safe from unauthorized access. We were unable to gain entry into the building without ringing the bell. We were asked to sign our name and our time of arrival and departure in the visitor's book. This demonstrates that as far as possible, people are kept safe. People are supported in a well-furnished, comfortable home which reflects their individual tastes. We saw that people had their own rooms which were personalized with photographs and items which were important to them. We saw communal areas where people could socialize and meet with visitors. The grounds were well maintained. The garden, including the sensory area, provided an enriching environment. The garden was laid out to cater for all needs and included a greenhouse. Visitors commented that the garden was a delight and made the home feel like home. The outcome is that people feel included, uplifted, and valued because they are supported in a personalized environment that is appropriate to their individual needs. Confidentiality is maintained. We saw that documentation was stored securely either in the manager or the administrator's office. These records were only available to staff who were authorized to access them. An electronic record management system was used, particularly for care documentation. The system was password protected. Staff were issued with individual passwords and could only access areas relevant to their role. We saw that people's privacy and personal information is well protected. For leadership and management summary, people are cared for by an experienced manager and responsible individual, both of whom have a sound understanding of the aims and objectives of the service and work to improve the service for the people who have made their home in CWM Cartrave. The leadership and management are embedding a culture of support and continuous improvement within the service. They take into account the views of people, staff, family members, and professionals in ensuring the service continues to develop. Staff are valued and supported with opportunities provided to develop their knowledge and skills. Our findings: there is a commitment to improvement within the service. We read the records of the 3 monthly internal audits of the service, which had been completed by the responsible individual. The document contained information which showed that the service had been reviewed and actions planned and taken where issues had been identified. We spoke to the manager, who explained that the responsible individual visited the service regularly and was always contactable by telephone and was able to deal with any problems that arose. People receive support from a service that maintains an effective quality monitoring and improvement system. People can be assured that staff members who support them have been through a robust recruitment process. We examined 6 personnel files, all demonstrated that the required checks, clearances, and information had been conducted and held on the file. The supervision records for the 6 members of staff were also checked and were seen to be being held within the required timescales in line with National Minimum Standard 24.3 for care homes for older people. We noted a number of gaps on the supervision matrix. We discussed this with the manager, who confirmed that she was aware of the deficits and was taking steps to ensure that all staff were effectively supervised. We concluded that staff have been through a robust and timely recruitment process. Staff are supported and trained to enable them to fulfill their roles. Training records examined demonstrated that care workers received a range of training. The care workers we spoke to confirmed that they had attended the training and demonstrated a good understanding of the specific needs of the people they were supporting and how best to meet these. They also demonstrated a good understanding of moving and handling and safeguarding the people living in the home. We did note some gaps in the training matrix. The management team gave assurance that they were aware of the deficits, staff concerned were on leave, and that training would be arranged on their return to work. It can be concluded that people benefit from staff who are competent and supported in their role. 5 improvements required and recommended following this inspection. 5.1 Areas of non-compliance. From previous inspections, there were no areas of non-compliance identified at the last inspection. 5.2 Areas of non-compliance identified at this inspection. There were no areas of non-compliance identified at this inspection. 5.3 Recommendations for improvement. The following is an recommended area of improvement to promote outcomes for people. Review supervision schedule to ensure that all staff receive supervision within the required timescales in line with Standard 24.3 of the National Minimum Standards for Care Homes for Older People. 6. How we undertook this inspection. We carried out a full inspection of the service looking at the 4 themes. The following methodologies were used to inform the inspection. Discussion with the manager, discussions with the staff on duty at the time of the visit, feedback from people living in the care home and visiting relatives, analysis of the statement of purpose, tour of the home, an inspection of 6 staff files, an inspection of 4 files of people living at the home, including care/support plans, risk assessment documents and medication administration charts, analysis of a sample of documentation including staff training and supervision records, and staff meetings. Further information about what we do can be found on our website www.cssiw.org.uk. About the service type of care provided: adult care home, older registered person, CWM Cartrafe Limited, registered manager, no registered manager, registered maximum number of places 42, date of previous XI inspection 24/03/2017, dates of this inspection: visit August 1, 2018. Operating language of the service: English. Does this service provide the Welsh language active offer? This is a service that is working towards providing an active offer of the Welsh language and intends to become a bilingual service or demonstrate a significant effort in promoting the use of the Welsh language and culture. Additional information.